Ciao, my name is Alessandro, but you can call me Yuchi, and this is Eila. I think you should know her by now, because today we're gonna be playing the last chapter of the game called Eila and Something Shiny. In case you've missed the previous episodes, don't worry, because you're gonna find all of them at the link showing right now at the top right corner of the screen. Also want to remind you that if I make any mistakes, that will be noted in the Klingon subtitles channel, so feel free to turn that on. And if you like this kind of content, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more content, more playthroughs, and more videos. So today is the mountain, the last chapter. We have gone through a lot: the tree, the forest, the factory, the mine, the palace. A lot of bad stuff happened. No spoilers if you haven't watched the chapter 4. I also left you with like a different ending. Last chapter was very sad, very quiet. I hope you appreciated the pathos that I put in that. But now it is time to find the shiny thing on top of the mountain. This has been the whole journey. Let's see what we can do. This is going to be the last chapter, for better or for worse. And we're ready to begin climbing the mountain. Now, I've been told this is a very harsh chapter, so we're gonna try to do our best. But let's start by introducing the new rules of this new chapter. Now, the biggest change is the presence of the mountain here. And this is a mountain card. We are at level 01, Ice Rock Village. As you can see, this is a shelter, and we have some actions that we can take on the mountain card, and whenever we can take this action, it's gonna be instructed us by the event cards. And as you can see, you are able to climb up to other levels. So this A action is gonna allow us to go to level 02, and this B action is gonna allow us to go to level 03, and so on. And we need to climb up the mountain up to the peak, apparently, because that is our goal for this scenario. It is get to the peak. Now, since we are at a shelter, there will be some actions that can only be taken at shelters, and also here it's gonna tell us where we're going to, if we're going to a shelter or not to a shelter. So that might be interesting to keep in mind. Also, something new about this chapter is that during every night phase, we also will have to spend 1 food together with 1 energy to proceed, otherwise we would take a damage. So during the first step of each night phase, we have to spend a food or lose a heart. The last thing is that there will be some combats that will have to be triggered multiple times, but we're gonna see that icon and those kind of combats when we see them. So as far as I understood, this is a very combat heavy scenario, and you want to overcome these combats, otherwise you will have to keep repeating them until you actually do. And that might kill Eila, which we really don't want. Now let's go ahead and read the prologue. There's a fire crackling in a tent shelter. There comes a time when a storm shall strike, an evergreen heaven no more. From tree to mountain the seeker begins, a journey none had made before. It's a wise goat man saying these words. Little did she realize, this valiant seeker of a power uniquely possessed, conversing with shadows. She's surely blessed. Sounds like a prophecy. Rattling cogwheels, choking fumes, dodging from feline eyes, slipping past cobwebs in dimly lit tunnels, immersed in riches and guise. Escaping from tyrant, the seeker meets the guardian of the shine. Inevitable fight shall they engage, the worlds and our fate entwined. This is where we confirm that Eila is actually a girl, so I'm sorry if I've ever misgendered her. Eila says, "This is what I've been through, but what does it all mean?" The wise goat takes a sip. Everything will fall into place once you reach the peak. Well, let's hope we do. If you are the seeker, you shall encounter the guardian of the shine. You must be well prepared. Eila holds on tight to her sword. Hasn't it occurred to you that you are the seeker? Otherwise, why would you come this far? Eila exits the tent and says, "I'm not sure." Because of a promise. Eila looks at the shiny peak of the mountain. It is so close, but still so far away. Goal of the chapter: get to the peak within 7 days. Consume 1 food or 1 HP at the start of every night phase. Starting resources: 1 food, 1 coin, 3 energy, 3 knowledge. Now, 3 energy and 3 knowledge sounds like a lot of like pretty rare resources, so we kind of want to manage those well. I don't know. I'm wondering if I should place 1 energy on the Sword Master already, but maybe we can wait for that. I'm gonna place 1. I'm gonna place 1 on the Sword Master because I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay, let's start our chapter with the first card. Villagers of the Ice Rock. All villagers here are masked and seem strangely aloof. A. Ignore them and focus on your journey. If you possess the book, 508. If you possess the scales, 509. If you do not possess the scales, 510. I possess the book and the scales. It's actually the 1 fragments here, we have it, so 509. And the book, I believe, is this one. Here it is, the book. So we will get cards 508 and 509 in the future. Why are we ignoring them though? Well, doesn't matter. Snowstorm. A. Stay in the shelter. B. Resist in the wind. C. You got injured. Well, we're gonna stay in the shelter and gain 1 fear, because we are at the shelter location, as we can see from Ice Rock Village here. It's good to stay in the shelters. Okay. Frostbite. A. Suffer in pain. B. Take a rest to recover. C. Look for a cure. I do not think there is anything I can do about this except suffering in pain. I don't have extra food or extra food generation, and I don't have 4 knowledge. And I cannot generate a knowledge in any way, which is unfortunate, but I think it is how the scenario is set up anyways. So let's do that. This is gonna go here and we're gonna lose a health. Let's move on. A moment of peace. Meditate or contemplate? I think we can contemplate and get 2 knowledge. I will contemplate. Looking afar. What seemed unattainable in the past is now so close. You are deep in thoughts. 511, 512, and 548. This goes in the past. We draw. Potential awakens. A. Defensive ability. B. Offensive ability. C. Use of spells. For as much as use of spells might be interesting, I think they require magical stones. So I think I will go for offensive ability. I don't know, because this gives me 1 defensive, 1 offensive, and 1 extra. But I think all of these might be linked to the magical stones. I think we're gonna do offensive, because we are pretty good at offensive abilities already, and we wanna be even better. So we got Fighting Spirit. In combat, for each health you lose, you gain 2 energy, and you can store energy on this card only for combats. Remember that we can spend an energy during combats to increase our combat value by 2. And then we have Lightning Bolt. It's a spell in a combat. You can spend 2 magical stones to get +20 to fight and +3 knowledge, which is amazing. So I place my new spells and we can move on. This goes in the past. Actually, probably this should be face down. Not that it matters really, because we're never gonna see these cards again. And we can move on. Proceed or not. 506. Execute a location action. Now we can look at the location actions here. We have proceed to snowy plains, -2 energy, and then we get 519 and location 2. Or we have proceed to wintry woods, -1, +3 fear, 520 and LO3. We have look for food, +2 food, or gather intelligence, spending coin for knowledge. I think I will go for proceed to wintry woods. So I'm gonna spend 1 energy here I'm going to spend 4 knowledge here to get a magical stone. And then I will get 3 fear. So we're already like having a lot of fear, but hopefully we can get rid of it soon. And then we're gonna get card 520 in our upcoming deck here. And we can get location 03. And location 03 is Wintry Woods, it's another shelter, and this is our second level, and it says proceed to the bridge, -1 energy, +3 fear. That's a lot, but we would go to location 5, or find the Great White Cliff. That definitely costs a little bit less because it's only 1 energy and 1 knowledge, but then we go to location 6, or look for food for 4 food. Now, how these cards stack is that they kind of continue one after the other somehow. Wait, how does this work? I'm lost. Like this? Probably like this. Yes, I think they work like this. So this goes in the future and we proceed. Lost in the woods, of course we are. Find your way out hastily, -1 energy, +2 fear. Find your way out using a map, -1 knowledge, +2 fear. Or panic and stumble your way out, +4 fear. I am going to lose 1 knowledge. Actually, I'm going to lose 1 energy and gain 2 fear. 1, 2. And I found my way out hastily. That's it. This goes in the past at least. And we move on. Snowstorm. Again, so we can stay in the shelter, gaining 1 fear, resisting the wind, losing 1 energy and gaining 1 fear, or we got injured. So I'm just gonna stay in the shelter and gain 1 fear. Staying in the shelter is very important. So we are full of fear. I'm not too worried because we have our spell that reduces our fear by 6 if we have a magical stone, which we do, and gains us 3 energy. Let's move on. I think we only have our habits left, so maybe we can use those. Daily practice, place 1 energy on the Sword Master if there is a space. There is. So let's place it there on a Sword Master. This goes here. Then we have planting. We can plant in a leisurely way to gain 3 food. Remember, we have extra storage also here for food, coins, and magical stones. And then we can read in a leisurely way. Now here I need to make some computations, because if I spend a magical stone, I would free up 6 of these spaces and fill up 3 again. I think I will spend a magical stone to do this conversion of soothing, so 1 magical stone to -6 fear and +3 energy. So I remove 6 fear, which is a big relief. I actually don't know if this was smart, to be honest, because I would get rid of 1 fear with the harmonica anyways. But I think it's fine. Now I'm gonna spend... Should I spend 1 energy? I should not spend 1 energy, probably. I will just get rid of 1 fear and gain 1 knowledge. To read in a leisurely way. And that's it. I'm being very careful here, you don't know how much I'm thinking. Now, we go to the night, so we spend 1 food, we spend 1 energy to place here, and then we reshuffle everything, but before doing that, I will get rid of 1 fear, I don't have it, gain 2 coins. And I still think this card is useless because we don't have the ring, so that's it, let's reshuffle. Okay, we're ready for our second day in the mountain. Practice swordsmanship. We gain another energy on the sword master. Okay, so I will do that. So we're full for combat at least. We can plant in a leisurely way and gain 3 food. Amazing. I'll do that. I have extra spots thanks to my velvet pouch. So amazing. Okay, bad stuff. Villagers mutate. A group of villagers mutate into monsters, slowly closing in on you. They have a 6. this is the icon I was telling you. If you don't overcome this combat, you will have to repeat it until you actually do. Now, I want to remind you that we have a +2 in combat and another +2 in combat. So we really just need a 2 to overcome it. If we roll a 1, we can also re-roll once per combat. You may re-roll Eila's die and use the new result. Of course we roll the 1. Of course we can re-roll it. If we roll a 1 again, well, we'll see what we do. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is insane. How am I so unlucky? This is... Okay, I'm gonna spend 1 energy to gain +2 in a combat, I guess. This has to be done. This is so stupid. Well, we overcome the villagers and they go back here. Insane. We move on. A desperate mage. Traveler, have you seen a pangolin mage? He's my apprentice. Lying, pretend not to have met anyone. +4 fear. Or return his belongings and admit you've injured him in the mine. Ay. I think we need to get 4 fear. I don't want to get rid of my 1 fragments. And I don't want to have consequences of him knowing that I've hurt him. I will gain 4 fear. I will gain 4 fear. I'm too scared to face the truth. I knew this was coming back to bite us. I knew it. I didn't think it was like in the very last scenario, but I knew it. Okay, let's move on. This is not going great. Reading. Okay, I think I will do a research, so I will spend an energy to remove 2 fear and gain 2 knowledge. I think the knowledge in this scenario is really just needed for the spells. Hopefully I'm not wrong about that. Okay, a moment of peace. I can meditate or contemplate. I think it's still better to contemplate because I can always convert for a magical stone, right? So I will do that, contemplate. Okay, let's see. Frostbite. Oh, I could look for a cure or take a rest to recover. I think I'll take a rest to recover, spend 2 food and 1 knowledge, and we remove the frostbite, which is amazing. I didn't even consider losing a health, sorry. Snowstorm. We are in a shelter, so we can just gain a fear. I don't want to do the other things, obviously, because they're worse, so... Unfortunately, I'm afraid we're gonna have to leave a shelter very soon. Training. Is this new? We can build mental strength, we can gain knowledge, or we can build physical strength. Now, I could do some shenanigans here, right? But I think the best thing would be to remove just 2 fear, because I could convert 4 of these into a magical stone, and then 2 of these into an energy, and then spend the energy to gain 2 more knowledge. But I will just remove the fear. Building mental strength. Being followed. Someone suspicious is traveling behind. Ignore it for now. We're always gonna pretend there's no one following us, huh? This seems like a pattern. So we get 513 in our deck here. And we move on. Proceed or not. Schedule your day. Execute a location action. Now we have 2 options here. Either we proceed to the bridge or find the Great White Cliff. I think proceeding to the bridge is a wiser choice. Why? I don't know. I just think it is. So I think I will do that. I think the Great White Cliff is a trap. Somehow. Because -1 energy and 1 of my knowledge is not that much of a cost. 3 fear is very bad. So I think I'll proceed to the bridge. I will spend 4 knowledge for a magical stone. Then I will spend 2 food for an energy. But this means I won't have the food to pay at the end of the night. I mean, it wouldn't have changed anyways. So let's just go to the bridge. It's fine. Then we get 3 fear. We get 523. In our upcoming deck. And let's proceed to the bridge, location 05. So we have crossing the bridge, plus 3 fear, and we gain cards 5 to 6 and location 9, or look for food and gain 2 food. Not amazing, but at least crossing the bridge brings us to a shelter. So there's that, at least. So this goes away. Let's hope to get some food. Well, this is not really a food. Wolf mutates. This is a 6. We have the same exact situation here. We just need a 2. And we have 2 rolls to do that. Can we not fail this one? 3. Okay, we succeed because 3 plus 4, 7. Perfect. So we defeat the wolf. He goes in the past, never to be seen again. Or actually, we also get card 518 in the future deck. Here. And let's read the last card. Snowstorm. We can stay in the shelter. I forgot to pay 1 energy before, didn't I? I forgot to pay 1 energy for when I moved up to the bridge. So now I'm gonna stay in the shelter for 1 fear. Because, oh, we're not at the shelter anymore. We are not at the shelter anymore. So I think I will have to spend 1 magical stone right now to remove 6 fear. So I'm gonna remove 4 and gain 3 energy. I know it's probably not the most efficient use of these magical stones, but it is what it is after all. Okay, this is done. Now I'm gonna spend 1 energy and gain 1 fear to resist the wind. And we move on. So, end of the day, we're gonna spend 1 food. We're gonna spend 1 energy. And we're gonna get rid of 1 fear. And we're gonna gain 2 coins. And that's it. We don't have that many resources anymore. We have a lot of coins. What do we do with these coins? Guess we're gonna find out. Let's reshuffle and let's see what day 3 brings us. Okay, let's go. Reading. I think I need the energy. This is a very bad time to be reading. But we're gonna be reading in a leisurely way and only gain 1 knowledge. It is sad though, but what if I need the energy? It is what it is. The snowstorm requires energy, so I don't have spaces anymore for that. Very sad. So also this is a waste. I don't think this is going great. Snowstorm, exactly what I thought I would need. Not a shelter. I'm not a shelter. So we're gonna resist the wind, lose energy, take fear. That's it. Let's see what we can do here. A moment of peace. I'm gonna contemplate and gain 2 knowledge. This is probably my favorite card. This is really like helping me a lot. Resist the losing health. Blizzard. The weather becomes more extreme as you approach the summit. Of course, this is terrible. Losing 2 health is terrible. I'm gaining 3 fear. What do I do with these coins? I don't care about the coins. The only thing I could do would be to spend 4 knowledge to gain a magical stone, and then spend a magical stone to gain 3 energy and spend 1 energy to resist the wind. Probably a waste. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna take 2 health penalty, 1, 2, and gain 3 fear. Will this cost me the playthrough? Probably. We are at level 3 of 5. Snowstorm. Again! Well, this time I gotta do it. This time I have to do it. So I'm gonna spend 4 knowledge to gain 1 magical stone. I spend 4 knowledge, by the way, because I have the 1 fragments. And then I spend 1 magical stone to remove 6 fear and gain 3 energy. Thanks to my soothing spell. And now I can spend 1 energy and gain 1 fear. Okay. That's done. Let's move on. Proceed or not. Yeah, I need to go to a shelter. I have to. I'm gonna cross the bridge, gain 3 fear, and go to a shelter. 1, 2, and 3 fear. This is not going amazing. So this goes here. And we're gonna get 526 and location 9. So we ended up in Frostville, which sounds good, honestly, because it seems like a very good place to be. Inquire about the path appeal, -1 knowledge, and then 1 card and location 10, or climb up forcefully, you lose a health, same card, same location, or visit the doctor, that's why we need the money, I love that, or purchase food. Let's move on. Hopefully we can heal up, like spend a whole day in Frostville, and then move to location 10, which should be kind of the peak. I don't know, maybe it isn't. Residents of Frostville. People here like trading. I love that. I could purchase medicine, I could purchase weapons. What is that? Let's look at that. So it seems like I'm supposed to look at these cards, the items, but am I supposed to look at the support cards? Because I never looked at them, but so far it went well, I think. Frost Bomb. Purchase in Frostville, throw it out to cause explosions and freeze enemies. In combat, discard this card for +7, prevent all damage. I don't think I like the Frost Bomb, I prefer healing. Will this be a mistake? Probably, but I want to heal so that I don't need to waste another round healing in Frostville. So this goes in the past and I get back to health. I have a lot of weapons, come on. I can do this. Training, I think I will spend 1 energy to gain 2 knowledge. Overall, having knowledge is better because I can spend 4 to like gain 3 energy and remove 6 fear, so hopefully this is not a stupid choice. A cloaked figure. With the suspicious figure approaching, a fight is about to happen. 516. Do not like that. I do not like that. But it is what it is. And then the last card, plans in a leisurely way. I love that. 1, 2, and 3 food. I love having this habit. It's saving me a lot of damage here. So, end of the day. We spend 1 food, we spend 1 energy. It's gonna go here. We remove 1 fear, thanks to our harmonica, and we gain 2 coins. That's it, let's reshuffle. We only have like 10 cards in this deck, and there's some fights about to happen, so being attacked, prepare for battle, of course. 550. Of course, this goes in the past. Let's hope this is not too bad of a fight. Let's see, how bad is this fight? Okay. Felinos returns. This Felinos needs to leave us alone. Time for revenge. It has 12. If the result of the red die is 6, then it only has 1. And you can wound him, which means he's gonna come back. Oh, we're gonna keep fighting. This is bad. It's probably bad, but let's see what we can do. So, we have a base of 4. So we really need to roll a 6 or use the Swordmaster, basically. 3. I'm gonna reroll. Try and reroll. 3. Well, these rerolls are not doing anything for me today, huh? So we are at 7. If I use my Swordmaster, I will gain +8. I think I'll do it, but this is scary. Because now we're gonna fight more. So we wound him. 551. Of course, a shocking mutation. Felinus turns into a monster. We could deliver a fatal blow with 15. So let's try to roll. 6! The 6 makes it a 1. Lovely, yes. So we delivered the fatal blow because we win. And we're gonna lose a health. So this is important. For each health we lose in combat, we're gonna gain 2 energy because of the fighting spirit. So for now, I'm just gonna place it here. But we can always move them to the fighting spirit or the Swordmaster. So that's amazing. So this goes in the past and we gain 552. The outcome, monsters can never defeat me. 553. Why? Why is this card needed? This is the very last card of the event deck. Last words. Calling me a monster, huh? You are no different. Turn and leave. I mean, this is crude, but also sad. But also he deserved it, honestly. Can I tell you? Sorry, Felinus. Let's move on. This was a sad parenthesis of our journey. Oh, let's plant in the mountains, shall we? Plant in a leisurely way. 3 carrots. Ah. Okay. Let's move on. What happened to all these cards? Was that the first card that we drew? It was. It was indeed. Blizzard. So we are in the shelter, and we're gonna stay in the shelter for sure. But I think I'm gonna move this energy to Fighting Spirit. I think so. So that I can gain 2 fear. By the way, while the Sword Master says that you can only use this energy for combats, I don't know if the Fighting Spirit... Yeah, also the Fighting Spirit says you can only use that energy for combats. So we need to be very careful for when we place the energy there, because we can never take it back. This goes here. Now let's see. We're gonna have to meditate. We need to remove 3 fear here. For as much as I would love to contemplate, I cannot store that knowledge. A moment of peace. I love that card. Yes, reading. We can do a research because we have the magnifier. So I'm gonna spend 1 energy to remove 2 fear and gain 2 knowledge. These 2 were exactly the cards I needed. Perfect. So this goes here. Of course, snowstorm. We're just gonna gain a fear because we are in the shelter and we're gonna stay in the shelter. Another snowstorm. We're just gonna stay in the shelter. You already know that. Training. Now this is interesting. I don't want to lose the fear. I think I'm gonna spend 1 energy for 2 knowledge. So what I'm gonna do is spending 2 food for an energy, and then the energy for 2 knowledge. And that's it. Daily practice, we can place an energy on SO3. We used 1, so we can place 1. There we go. And then our last card is traveling, right? Yeah. Proceed or not. Schedule your day, execute the location action. I don't need to heal that much. I only need to heal for 2. Should I stay 1 more day? I will try and stay 1 more day, because this day was pretty good for us. And we can try to collect some magical stones. So I will actually spend 3 coins here to restore 2 health. So that we're ready for next time, right? Hopefully. Let's see. Okay, end of the day, we're gonna have to spend 1 food and 1 energy. So I'm gonna lose another 2 food because of the energy. The energy goes here. Then we lose 1 fear and we gain 2 money. And we're gonna reshuffle. Okay, so I know there's a bunch of snowstorms here, but we are in a shelter, which is good enough. So a moment of peace, I can lose 3 fear or contemplate. So I'm gonna spend 4 knowledge to gain a magical stone, and then I will gain 2 knowledge back. Let's do that. I'm being very cautious here. Of course, we can proceed or not. It's too early, too early. I wanted to have the snowstorms. Too early. Well, we're gonna have to proceed. I'm gonna spend 1 knowledge to proceed uphill. 5 to 7 and location 10. Is location 10 our last location? Oops, moved everything, of course. Yes, it is. It is our last location. The summit. You finally reached the summit. The mystery of the shine is about to be uncovered. So I guess 527 is the card that's gonna uncover it. Almost there. Keep up the spirit, +3 energy. 1, 2, 3. And if you possess that item, which I don't, I have no idea what that is. Just gonna check quickly. Nope, I don't have it. So I don't get these 2 cards. So what's going on? How do I get that item? Ah, if you do not possess 529. I was like, how do we move on from here? Okay. So I'm starting to think that item was needed because someone told me you're not gonna reach the good ending. So now I'm thinking I need that item to reach the good ending. The shadow reappears. For your own sake, do not proceed. No, I must go on. 530. I mean, we're stubborn, aren't we? The shadow's always been good to us, but we're ignoring it. Oh, what is this? Swine shadow appears. The shadow transforms into a gigantic pig, blocking your way again. Leave us alone. You can spend the meat to have a 10. Well, I don't have a meat to do that, so we're gonna have to fight. So it is a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if I spend 1 from the Sword Master, I go to 17, which would defeat it. I think only a 1 could be worse, but also rerolling, it's kind of pointless, right? Because even with a 6, I would still have to pay a Sword Master. So I'm gonna accept the 5, I'm gonna spend 1 from the Sword Master and defeat him. 531. I don't have nearly as many resources I would like to have for what's about to happen here. The shadow transforms into an enormous spider, which is kind of disgusting. I hate spiders. I don't hate spiders, they're just a little bit ugly. 16, but I possess the oil lamp, so it's a 12. So let's roll. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, I would have to spend 1 from the Sword Master anyway, so what I'm gonna do is to reroll. 6, perfect. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I can just spend 1 energy from the Fighting Spirit to get to 12 and defeat it. So 532. Another fight. Another fight for sure. This is not gonna end up well, is it? Boss Cat Shadow. 18. The Shadow transforms into Boss Cat. The result is 6. You can get it to a 1. I would have needed this 6 now. Okay, let's do it. 4. I'm gonna reroll. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It wouldn't even be enough just to use the Sword Master. I'm gonna reroll. It's a 1. So what I think I'm going to do is, even though this would give me a knowledge, that would give me a knowledge which could give me a magical stone. What if I placed 1 energy here and 1 energy here? And then I also need to place the other energy, don't I? Which I kind of don't want to do, but I think I will do it. Spend 1 energy here, and then I'm gonna gain 3 fear and 1 knowledge. And I have to retry the fight. So let's do it. It's a 2. I don't care about the 2, I think. So I'm gonna retry rolling. Another 2. So this time I am going to use my, what is this? In combat, discard this card, directly choose the result of Eila's die. So I will have to do this. Yes. It is the Bat's Fang. In combat, discard, directly choose the result of Eila's die. So it's gonna be a 6. Oh, exactly what I needed. So we defeat the Boss Cat Shadow. We take 1 damage. Every time we take a damage, we're gonna place an energy. We actually gain an energy. Do I want to already convert this to a magical stone? Yes, I will convert this into a magical stone here, so that I can gain the energy from there on here. And lose a health, already did. And this goes in the past, and we gain 533. This is problematic. Final showdown. Oh, what is this? We reached the final showdown. We're gonna fight more, apparently, but we'll see what awaits us. I just want to remind you that if you like this series, if you like this video, feel free to leave a like to this video, subscribe to my channel, and I would be immensely grateful if you decided to do so. Thank you. Now, ready for the final showdown? Are you ready for the final showdown, Eila? Let's see if we're ready. So there's gonna be a final combat. I can restore health and lose 8 fear. I kind of don't want to do that. I could gain 6 knowledge. That would give me a magical stone, which potentially can trigger this, can trigger that. I think what I'll do is to spend 1 magical stone to lose 6 fear and gain 3 energy. And this is one thing. Then I will come up with a strategy and gain 6 knowledge. But to do that, I will have to discard 2 energy. One is gonna go here, and one is gonna be lost. No, actually, I don't wanna lose it. I can just gain only 5 knowledge. So I'm only gonna gain 5 knowledge. And then I will spend 4 knowledge, so 4 of these 5, to gain another magical stone. So we just got rid of the fear, really. Was that worth it? I mean, we placed an energy there, we gained some more energy. I think it's fine. So we came up with a strategy. We need to get card 534. Is this the last combat? Is this the last combat? Oh. Storm transforms. You can't beat me. I'll make you stay here forever. Are you ready to face the storm? Probably not. Count the number of the following items you possess. I have this, I have this, I have this. I don't have these two. So I only have between 1 and 4, which is usually what most people have, I suppose. That's unfortunate, isn't it? Because you probably want 5. That's terrible. 538. Well, you really need to plan for some of these things to happen. The storm shadow. It's only a 10. You can hit the high of the storm for a 10. And you definitely don't want to get hurt before on. So let's try. We need a 6 for this to work. It is a 4. I don't think I want to push my luck. I think I'm just gonna accept the 4. Or do I want a 2? I think I'm gonna reroll. Push my luck a little. Of course. Of course. So with a 1, we basically get to a 5, and I need to spend one of this, which was probably stupid. But it is what it is. So we succeed. We hit the eye of the storm. We lose a health here and get 539. The storm shadow, 20. Ah, what do you mean 20? You hit the eye of the storm again. 20 is a lot. I don't know, you guys. I'm gonna place one of the energy here. I'm gonna roll. 1. Yeah, well, I'm gonna reroll this. Can you stop? Can you stop? How do I get to 20? Now I'm at 5. So if I spend this, it's 13. And if I spend this again, it's gonna be 21. So let's do that. So we lose 1 health again. How much health do we have? 5 remaining. This is all. I don't know why. 5 health, and we get 540. Only the eye. We're just poking the eye here. The storm shadow, 30. Who would have expected it, huh? Oh, but this will reach us an ending. Probably not a good one, because we didn't reach the shiny thing, I suppose. But we're gonna roll. I think we can make it, because we have the lightning bolt. It gives us plus 22. So we have a 3. 3 plus 4 is 7. Plus 22 is 29. Of course it's 29. But if I also spend an energy, maybe from the fighting spirit we make it. So I think I'm just gonna spend 2 stones to trigger lightning bolt, and we gain plus 22 and plus 3 knowledge. So we are at 29. I'm also gonna spend 1 energy from here to gain a plus 2. So we defeat the shadow and we reach ending B. Okay, that just happened. Now I guess it is time to read ending B. I also probably think this is not gonna be the correct ending, but we'll see. There are 3 endings, by the way, so it's probably hard to reach the actual good ending. Whirl, whirl, whirl. It's kind of like disappearing. You really are very strong. Being able to conquer whatever that's in your way, slowly disappearing. Eila keeps walking and walking. There's something very shiny! Startled. Shiny, 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 shiny. Trying to open her eyes. There is a very shiny rock. Super shiny. Super shiny. It's a mirror. Eila, you are finally here. It's not easy getting here. Only those who are strong can. Eila keeps staring at the shiny rock. And the shine goes away. What happens? Yet, sadly, the shine is gone. I knew it. I knew it. Crack, 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 crack. Everything is being destroyed. No! Eila tries to stop it, but can't anything against the shattering of glass. All is shattered, all is black. You have reached the end of the journey. This might not be the best ending, but your choices had brought you here. If you could start again from the beginning, would you choose the same path? So this was the end. We didn't reach the satisfying ending. I have been warned. I have been warned before. I should have listened to the warnings, but it is what it is. At least we succeeded in all the adventure. We survived up until the shiny thing. It's very sad that like all this very troublesome journey has led to nothing, and we don't even know what the shiny thing was. But it is what it is, you know? I still consider it a success. Now I'm gonna give a few thoughts about the game. I enjoyed it. This is a kind of a cozy game, right? I am not too much into cozy gaming sometimes, I feel like, but this one with the little adventure was a little bit stressful at times. I think I liked it pretty much. It's not like my favorite solo game ever. It's not like, I don't know, it's not skyrocketing as mind-blowing game, but it was quite fun to play anyways. And the story was like very intense and absorbing and whatever, you know? It's just like I was really drawn to the story, to the whole theme, and it's fun that like, not fun, but funny that there were like some pretty bad stuff happening throughout the whole journey. What I really liked is that each chapter introduced some new rules, some new twists to keep the game interesting. Otherwise, the game is pretty much always the same, right? But it's good to introduce something different to keep the player entertained. So that I really much appreciate it. What I find weird is that why such a harsh like win condition? Like you get to the end of the journey and you don't even win. And I think that I picked what I picked. Okay, I picked. So I know what you need to actually reach the good ending. I don't want to say too much, but I mean, I said it during the video, it's either the items at some point, there's a specific item, or the items at another point where you need to have like 0 between 1 and 4 and 5, right? So it's one of these things that is gonna drive the ending for sure. Now, spoiler alert, you can skip this if you don't want to, but like, apparently you actually need to have like 0 of those listed items, which not only will make the adventure harder, but that's not really the point. The point is that, have I lost the game already at the second adventure because I got the cat's eye badge? Is there a way to get rid of these items throughout the journey? I don't know. Probably there is, because for example for the once fragment you could have gotten rid of it in the last chapter. But you know, But you know, was I doomed from the start? Because I don't want to be doomed from the start. I mean, I reached an ending. It was a viable ending, and then why am I being like punished for it? Then another thing that I would have liked is like having a little bit of consequences during the scenario. Now, obviously, I have seen what I've seen. I haven't seen what I have not seen, right? I don't know all the scenario twists. But for what I've seen, it's just that doesn't matter which ending you reached, you basically would have gotten to the beginning of the next chapter kind of in the same way. The only real change I've seen was actually at the end of the mountain chapter, where I basically cannot reach the good ending. So yeah, I stole the once fragment. I thought it was gonna punish me. It kind of punished me at the end of the journey in the chapter 5, but also, I don't know, it wasn't that great, right? I don't know. I could have just gotten fear and then it would have been enough. But no, I really want like some twists, you know, something that really changes the storyline. But I understand it's pretty hard to implement. What happened with Leo could have changed like the whole mountain chapter, and I don't know what were the other endings, but as far as I understood, you're never allowed to free Leo anyways. So we tried to do the best we could. The best choice was to free Leo, and we got punished for it. I don't know, it's punishing. Like, this game is really like made for you to replay the game a lot of times to find all the different paths, but I don't think I would be replaying this game. Because for as much like there could be different paths and different items to get different habits and everything, I don't know, it kind of feels more or less the same game. Probably. I don't know, I haven't played it more than one time, right? So I don't know how wildly different it can be. But I would say like good 70% will be the same. And I don't know if I'm extremely drawn by playing a game that is 70% the same. At the same time, I almost never replay campaigns. Like that's something that probably only happened with Arkham Horror, because I only had one campaign box and I played Path to Carcosa, this one, like a million times, but then I started buying the other ones and I don't think I will play other campaigns multiple times. That's just something I don't tend to do. I did with Sleeping Gods because, I mean, Sleeping Gods has a lot of exploration, right? But also that Primeval Peril didn't really satisfy me because it was kind of like meh. Probably with a bigger campaign like this, Sleeping Gods would work. I don't see myself replaying Gloomhaven, for example, once I finish it. So maybe that is my limit here about the replayability, because the game says it has high replayability. I can see that. I can see the story can be wildly different. I can see also you're forced to replay it because you're probably not gonna reach the good ending the first time you play it because you don't know about the sneaky items problematic. But do I want to replay it? That's the question. Anyways, this was all. I hope you liked this series. I hope you liked Eila and Something Shiny. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I know there's wildly different opinions about all the games. I think this was a good, cozy game. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I guess you did because you're still watching this video, I suppose. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon with more exciting games, and not more exciting meaning more exciting, but more games that are exciting, you know, not games that are more exciting, you know, that's what I mean. Anyways, thank you. Ciao, ciao.